alive, but knowledge don't sink in. Life gives you lemons, and my only thought is drink it. Thirsty, will I be alive or dead before 30? That's all that.
Today on EA Sports, it's Week 11 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
Fielded in the end zone, and he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25.
And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and the Buccaneers have it. So the Bucs now in great shape to begin their initial possession. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no...
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. From 21 yards away. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How is both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go. Still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive.
And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive. On the carry, Thompson. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he gets this one down to the 24. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. This is Thompson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Third down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
Now back to throw. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. A great effort there. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull off, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. A shotgun snap for Watson. Throwing right, and that's complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
They should put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. Now Watson. And he's got his man on the comebacker. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. Maybe a yard. 2nd and 9. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
With the score, Buccaneers 14, Saints nothing.
On 2nd and 9, Watson to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
Let's get it in. 14.
So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. They're looking to bounce back following the loss to the Giants last week, and they do lead here right now, and they've got the football obviously as well. 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Now they try the right side here. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
On 3rd down, it's Thompson. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
At the 42-yard line.
Now they'll run it on the toss. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
And his throw here's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
4th down after the New Orleans defense holds serve. So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards, but instead, offense out there. They're going for it. They'll drop the throw. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Saints will have the football back. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Watson off play action. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
His throw's going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And he comes back with one complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 17 now to New Orleans first down.
This was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Again, it's Watson. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Saints are back within a score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did. They didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
Now he's looking just to add to his totals. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. They'll roll him out right. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
It's a gain of 9.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Fielded right around the 8. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
They're on 31-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And able to get this out to the 25.
It's a big one now. It's a big one. Their own 25-yard line.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Now from the 9, here's second and goal. At the 9-yard line. Out of the gun, Watson. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Well, they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be third down.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal.
From the gun, here's Watson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. So they decline it as that will bring up 4.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it fourth down.
They had it first and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive, but you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Out to his left. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
2nd and 2.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give him a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Taken in the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Rush coming, and he's taken down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Maybe a frustration penalty there. As he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
For the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The 42-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Watson. He's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the 1st down. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop him before he could get to the marker.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs. On play action, they'll throw. Dancing to his left. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now Thompson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
And we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
And that's a good run, and I know he went out of bounds, so we could nitpick a little bit here and get on him and say, hey, make sure you stay in bounds, keep the clock running. But this stage of the game, Brandon, that's not really uppermost in his mind. He just wants to take care of the football and gain yardage.
Yeah, they have a little bit of comfort there with it not just being a one-score game, so not too nitpicky.
Face mask, defense.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. And the lead will grow by 1 more.
3 scores in this game. I think that deserves some type of a broad gesture. I know in hockey, that's called a hat trick, and people throw their hats out on the ice. What about us? What can we do for this guy?
Well, if I'm his teammates, I'm buying him a little steak dinner tonight, right? At least a skirt steak, probably a filet.
Ooh, you're going big. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, skirt is
skirt
filet
steak.
at
Come
maximum.
on. You can't give the guy a skirt steak. He scores 3 times. There you go.
10 ounce, 16 ounce.
Porterhouse.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this 4th quarter.
No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Here's Watson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And it's 3rd down.
3rd and 2, Watson. He's going to let this one go deep. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll try and run for it. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
He needed 2. He only got 1. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it. They've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
On 3rd down, Thompson. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And as he throws, he lost the football. It's loose. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back. But it will be a loss on the play.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
They're going to look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone. So give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, this, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. To throw is Watson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To the air yet again, Watson. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Come on, let's go. 23-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Sliding out of the pocket. On the crossing route, complete. That's Shepard. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
46-yard line.
Looking to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's James. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 23 yards the pickup there. They'll look to throw now on first down. His throw caught at about the 5. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
First down and goal to go.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us. We're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Tampa Bay, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, it was a game they really needed as they dropped back to 4-6. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.